Well, thank you. I don't know, Wayne, whether it's happenstance or by design that this section is kind of the end of the day. Because in reality, if education and communication are not provided in a way to farmers, ranchers, and I would add consumers, that is both acceptable and adoptable, what you do, whether it's technology or product development or research, is kind of for naught, isn't it? So this is really an important section, and thank you for having this as part of today. So how do we communicate at our organization? Humans provide, accept, and implement information they receive in very individualistic ways. Therefore, the delivery of information that will be useful to them should be tailored to them in specific, to specific audiences or specific topics, and then to that individual. The goal of the Organic Farming Research Foundation is to support the needs of organic farmers and ranchers nationally and Canada and New Mexico. A compelling element of our work is that we are farmer-led, and the unique organic producers' research needs drives what we do and our priorities. Since 1991, OFRF has invested over $3 million into more than 300 scientific research projects and programs. In 1997, we developed and issued a report talking about the searching for the O word, and this is when organics was just being developed and looked at from a scientific community. And this reviewed over 300 scientific studies that was part of the USDA Current Research Information System, or CRIS. We're continuing this tradition of sponsoring research, providing scientifically based production information that includes environmental, economic, and social considerations related to organic systems. We feel that this is very fundamental to the future and ongoing relationship of sustainable agriculture and functional agricultural systems, both organic and conventional, and that the information that can be provided can be used by most producers. To support these research efforts, our mission also includes the sharing and supporting of policies that relate to organic producers. Well, if you're old enough, and I feel like I'm kind of getting there, historically, I remember this phone when I lived on a farm in North Carolina. My parents had this phone, so not this one, but one like it. Historically, the best way to communicate is directly person to person. This is especially true when it comes to agriculture, because each farm or ranch has very specific microclimates, management styles, soils, and expertise. Unfortunately, as an information provider, it would be untenable to meet and talk with every producer, even though I think that would be a wonderful career move. Another restraint is that there is huge volume of information, as you've heard today and probably know, and training information available, and more coming online every day. OFRF has taken on this challenge by using multitasking, multi-focusing, and multimedia approaches. First, we continually ask farmers, and you've heard this from other groups, and ranchers across the country, how would they like to receive their information? From our 2015 National Survey, or the NORA report, we analyzed the most current research needs by asking that question to farmers and ranchers. We did a research gap analysis and provided recommendations for future funding needs. Second, what is the basis of the current information we provide? We have created a process for reporting on research results from projects that we, OFRF, funds. We also fund research activities. This includes formal research reports that are required of those that we fund. Summaries of applicable research results go on our website, into blogs, and farmer-rancher interviews and videos. We continue to conduct independent reviews of other research activities and publish these findings, such as in this Taking Stock report, which was an overall review of the USDA NIFA organic programs since the conception of those programs. This review determined, as one of the analyses, that OREI and ORG has done a fairly well job of disseminating information and educational materials through webinars, videos, articles and decision tools, and mainly the use, or primarily the use, of the eOrganic website. Related to soil health more specifically, OFRF has developed a series of print guides and webinars on specific production issues. Currently, we're doing a 9-part series on soil health related to different issues such as nutrient management, disease, cover crops, soil biology, and tillage. The Soil Health and Organic Farming Guidebooks make the existing body of research in soil health available to farmers and ranchers in an accessible format. The soil guides have been downloaded over 10,000 times since it's gone on our website in May of last year. An average of 800 people have registered for each of the webinars that we conduct monthly. These webinars are recorded and archived in the eOrganic for later viewing. This May, we sent out postcards to over 17,000 producers on the NOP list to inform them of the guides of the webinars and additional free resources available on our website. The webinars also provide direct contact with researchers during a Q&A session so that those that are attending the webinar, we have researchers and agency folks and a whole consortium of people that can answer their questions directly. And that's probably as good information as the actual content that we provide directly. Talking about NRCS, we have distributed 150 sets of these guides to the organic champions, the Soil Health Division and Organic Points of Contact across the country. They've been very well received by staff, and they have received numerous requests for reprints. They currently plan to print additional 1,000 copies for those folks due to this request. We've also received good farmer feedback. A quote, "I am a new farmer and have struggled to grasp some of the concepts of building and maintaining good soil health. The light went on while watching this webinar. Thanks so much. I'm looking forward to the next webinars on the subject." Another comment, "I have been working with cover crops, composting, and soil health practices for years. I felt the webinars were very informative and gave new perspective." So these guides and webinars are intended to be living documents and will be updated as time goes by. I mentioned that we also work in the policy arena. This is Michael Stein, our policy associate in DC. We were attending on the Hill a Research Ag Day. Our OFRS policy team works with farmers from diverse regions of the country to develop policy priorities and provide scientific information for Farm Bill deliberations. We are part of NSAC, and you heard comments about that organization today as well. We work to educate farmers and provide them with information tools to engage with their elected officials on meaningful agricultural policy issues. We travel to farming conferences around the country and are able to hopefully educate farmers about the impacts that they will have or they will see from agricultural policies, as well as the best way to engage in the process. We work with farmers to help them engage directly with their elected officials, either in their home state or in Washington. We send out informational and educational emails about what is happening, about the status of the Farm Bill, about organic policy as it changes, as part of our newsletter. We also have taken part in farmer fly-ins, where farmers come to the Capitol to discuss with their lawmakers and with USDA. Through this direct engagement with farmers, OFRF is able to help develop some sound agriculture policies and provide education and outreach to farmers. Third, what seems to be the most effective communicating and having research information adopted? Well, that is the key question, isn't it? Webinars. OFRF website. This is a picture of our website. OFRF is consistently rated #1 in Google searches for organic farming information. Sometimes I wonder if this is good or bad. We get a lot of questions. Some are very interesting, some are quite unusual. We have a newsletter mailing of over 13,500 and 120,000 Facebook followers. The farmer resource page on our website, which you're seeing, provides descriptions of and links to all the products that are available and programs to support farmers and ranchers. Print material and webinars is another mechanism. In addition to the soil health guides, we provide reports, research results, and other resources available for free to farmers and ranchers at our OFRF.org. Conferences are attended, and we present at these to a variety of audiences and different types of conferences, whether it's farmers, industry, and researchers, providing, again, research information and activities. And one very interesting part is that providing workshops and training sessions, which allows for more detailed and intense specific sessions to the attendees' needs. Farmer-to-farmer mentoring. This is probably one of the most fun things I like to do, and I think we've heard from many people that they like this direct contact. Farmer participatory research, as was mentioned in SARE, leads to farmer-generated information, and tools are often one of the most effective ways of transfer of information and adoption by farmers. We're in the process of developing additional webinars that will be specific to agricultural service providers and agency extension staff as a train-the-trainer program. Current information is available already, and we've already had some feedback from one of the CCA is that the seminar was great. I plan to share it with organic vegetable demo garden staff as well as general public at our farmers market clinic. What is number one? Anybody want to take a guess? Oh, come on. Number one, at a conference last year, and this kind of took me off guard because I'd done a presentation and this farmer came up and said, you know, the best way to get the information to me is to blog on the tractor. I had to think about that. So this is what he does. When he's sitting in his cab, going down the roads, and I must say he has very straight roads when he's watching his videos or playing games or whatever. Now hopefully he's watching our webinars, that this is how he has time to receive new information. So number one, we're also developing an archive of organic farmer stories, interviews that will take place over the next months and tell about their stories, and will be on our Why Organic landing page. Last, what is the future improvements to expand communications? Well, OFRF is working to engage with other organizations, as for example SHI, to expand supportive agriculture research and disseminate information. We're especially looking at working directly more with farmers and rancher organizations to be more on the ground in connection with producers. And we've heard a lot of ideas, I hope you have, I have this day, to determine maybe what's the next challenges that we might face. Could be economics, it could be nutritional human relationships, it could be new technologies, but there are new challenges that will be faced. We continue to encourage farmers and ranchers to reach out to their elected officials. We're going to try and provide more support in bringing farmers and ranchers to DC. So in closing, more can be gleaned from the large and growing body of research from USDA and other organizations, and sending out that research information in an applicable and adoptable way. This may include what we call robust trends, consisting of findings across many studies, multiple regions, with straightforward practical information, region-specific information, and a flexible approach to particularly large, challenging issues. So on behalf of OFRF and farmers and ranchers, and all of you that work in this scientific area, we thank you for your work in supporting agricultural informational needs. Thank you.